Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Imperial Holonet. I'm JID123.
And I'm Miracle.
And today, the two of us are going to be discussing Disney films. We're just going to talk about, like what Disney films we really like watching. It's going to be more of an off the cuff kind of discussion, very laid back, not very organized. So this will be fun. One of
Yes.
the few times we do this. Well,
So we'll go
sometimes.
back and so how about this? We'll go back and forth, just naming Disney films that we really love from like most watched to least watched.
Okay, I'll start then. 'Cause I, didn't, or I already have my answer. Aladdin.
Really?
Oh gosh, yes. Aladdin was my thing growing up as a kid. Like I collected everything Aladdin growing up. I had Aladdin costumes, Aladdin merchandise, little genie thing, Aladdin action figures. I watched the Aladdin cartoon at the movies, at the VHS. I got the DVD.
The funny thing about Aladdin was I did not watch it fully until I saw a play in my local area a year or two ago that was a young Aladdin adaptation.
Oh
And
really?
after that, I decided to get all the movies. I ordered them off of eBay and then ended up watching the original Aladdin. The original Aladdin's really good, and I guess I'll get to that one now. That's one of the ones I've probably watched. I've watched, but I haven't watched all that much.
Really? I've always used to watch Aladdin all the time. That's one of the few Disney properties where I actually did enjoy the sequels a lot too. I kind of had all three.
Yeah. The thing, maybe if I had watched Return of Jafar a while before I gotten older, I might have enjoyed it a bit better. But when I watched it, I was like, man, this is really, really ill paced.
Well, it's supposed to be like a back door. It's really. Oh, heck, you have the TV on. Let me put it on mute. Sorry about that. In case anything hears anything in the background. Hopefully you don't get copyrighted. If anything. Oh, that would be awful. Well, that's because that's actually supposed to be like a TV pilot for one
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and it really shows too.
Oh yeah. I watched that when I was a kid mostly, and for me, the saving grace of that film is like it's a Iago story more than it is about Aladdin. To be
Yes, it
fair.
is. Which kind of does work,
Oh yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Okay, I guess I will go next.
Okay.
What's the one Disney film I have watched a lot? Oh, I know my answer. The one Disney film I've watched more than any other is Lilo and Stitch.
Ooh, that would be something I watch the least.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I like all Disney films. Don't get me wrong, I do. That's just like one of the ones that never. Well, I mean, I'm watching on TV and I know the movie story, but it's just like that's never one that's really appealed to me.
I don't know what it was about it. And the funny thing is, the more I watch it when I'm older,
Mm.
the better it gets because I realize just all the emotional core that really goes into it. Like the scene where you see Stitch just sitting in the forest with the book and he just mutters, "Lost.
Yeah.
I'm lost," is heartbreaking.
Mm. I did used to watch Lilo and Stitch cartoon. Funny enough,
Oh, I did
on
too.
Disney Channel when that was on. Back when Disney Channel used to be lots of fun. Now it's just
Yes.
all bad sitcoms.
Yes.
And
Well,
to be fair, I did like some of the bad sitcoms, like Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was always something I used to watch. I don't know, I just found it funny. I was a kid. I
yeah.
wasn't thinking.
I was young and stupid once, people.
Yeah, I actually watched both the spin-off, the original and the spin-off, so I actually saw the ending to that series. Um, yeah. Anyway, but
You're good.
yeah, I actually did. I don't remember. Did I rent or did I buy? No, I think I must have rented it. No, it might be about it. The Lilo and Stitch series finale. That was also a movie. Remember?
Oh, yeah, Leroy and Stitch.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that one's not as good. None of the ones really hit the stride as the original did,
Well, none of the
but
sequels
Leroy
ever
and
did.
Stitch is, but Leroy and Stitch is still, it's still enjoyable for what it is.
It's a series finale of a cartoon that kids we liked.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Did you ever see the official Lilo and Stitch 2? Stitch has a glitch.
Yes, that's also another. That's the other heartbreaking story.
Oh, really? It's actually pretty good then.
Yes, I haven't now. Don't quote me, people. I haven't seen it in years. I have it around here somewhere. We should,
It's
if you
on
ever,
Netflix actually.
yeah, we should do a commentary on it eventually.
I'm actually tempted to watch it, so I might do that. From what little I've seen, the animation actually looks pretty good to the original.
Yeah, compared to the Stitch movie, it's a lot better than this one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that the series actually started as a mini movie too.
Yes,
Well, a
we're
lot
gonna
of
see.
Disney cartoons did that, except for Hercules.
Did Hercules have a cartoon?
Yeah, it did actually. It was pretty funny actually. They got James Woods to voice Hades, so
Nice.
he's like,
Okay, you're good. What is another film you've watched quite a bit?
oh, okay. This is where it gets tough because they all kind of intermix with one another. Because I can't really remember. I would just remember like Aladdin, and then probably Lilo and Stitch is at the bottom. Well, I mean, technically the newer stuff is too, like Frozen and stuff like that. That's
Mhm.
new, so it doesn't really count, kind of. I'm gonna just go with my. I'm just gonna go with what else? What else? Sleeping Beauty, probably.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, don't. I mean, again, they all sort of intermix, and like when I've gotten older, I've actually have started rewatching other Disney films more often than not. But I would have to say Sleeping Beauty probably would be the second. Don't quote me on that. I don't like. I actually really like a lot of the Disney Renaissance stuff too. No, it would either be Sleeping Beauty or Lion King. One of those two.
Yes.
Let's talk about Lion King first. Now, I think that one probably more definitely the second one.
Yes. That would probably be my third, actually.
Or did I say my second or third? I want to say the kid would probably be my second.
Yeah. The Lion King.
Are we counting Nightmare Before Christmas too? By the way, or just
I'm not. I
okay?
barely have watched it. I've seen most of it, but only once.
Okay, because if we okay, let's not count it because that's kind of the Tim Burton thing. I mean, to be fair, I
Yeah.
watch that all the time. Like I have that movie down like that. But no, that's not a good idea. Yeah, Lion King would probably be my second, and that's like another really good one. I love the music. Be prepared,
Yes.
sort of
Elton John's really good.
yeah, Scar, of course.
Scar, Simba, and of course our Star Wars guy James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
Darth Vader is Simba's father.
Yes, I think they got him for Kingdom Hearts too, if I'm correct.
No, no, Mufasa wasn't in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, he was.
Or did he have like a speaking? Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
Oh,
Kingdom
okay.
Hearts 2.
Oh, right. But maybe they just used like found footage.
They might have.
And of course, Alfredus Scar, Jeremy Irons.
Yes, you can. Yes, from the movies I've seen Jeremy Irons in, and I know the only one that I really know him is Lion King,
And
and people are really gonna hate me for saying this, Aragon.
oh yeah, Aragon. I was gonna say Dungeons and Dragons, but that's because I just know the Star Wars, not the Nostalgia Critic review of that movie. Robert Carlyle's in. Oh, sorry, he's tangent, but Robert Carlyle's in Aragon.
Is he?
Yeah, he's the villain.
Oh, that's Robert Carlyle.
Yeah,
Oh wow, he's Durza.
yeah. Watch him again. Well, maybe if I show you more Once Upon a Time, watch that movie again if for some reason it's on TV, and like look at the face, like you recognize him instantly.
Okay, we're getting off track, but Lion King. Yeah, Lion King. I can't love that film enough. It is so nostalgic and so.
I have a question. Were you able to? When I was a kid, I used to have trouble watching Disney movies all the way through, and they scared me because I was a scared kid back in the day. I can watch them all the way through now, but for the most
Some of them.
part,
That happened for some of them for me too, to be quite honest.
Great Mouth Detective.
Um,
That that actually probably be another third or fourth contender too. But yeah, Lion King. I love Lion King. Like I love all of them because of the Disney villains. Because that's why I like Disney. Disney villains were always
yeah,
like my thing as a kid. I've always liked villains. I guess I like them today too, just with newer things and more grown up stuff.
yep. Also, the second one for me would probably be Hercules.
Ooh, I used to love Hercules too. That'd probably be like a fifth for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I love Hercules. I don't know why it gets a bad rap. I've never understood that.
the pacing is a bit wonky, but I think it's a pretty enjoyable movie. It has some good lessons, in my opinion. But the
It's
same
got
can be
James
said.
Woods as Hades.
Yes,
That's like the most awesomest thing of awesome. I mean, James Woods, who, by the way, has always, for the most, I think always, has come back to voice that role.
Yeah, he's always voiced him in Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, House of Mouse, the cartoon, anything Hades appears in, James Woods is somehow, they get James Woods always. They didn't even get Jeremy Irons for Scar again.
Yeah, that
So that just
sucks.
shows you that James Woods doesn't have has a lot of time on his hands, or he just really invests in that character, which is awesome.
Yeah, like Ursula.
Oh yeah. Um. Okay, let's see. Probably my third back to be Sleeping Beauty. Probably then,
Okay.
because I really like Sleeping Beauty. I think I like it more now, but maybe that's because I just like Kingdom Hearts. Like I feel like Kingdom Hearts makes Sleeping Beauty all the more
Yes.
wild. Because Maleficent's just like, I mean, you like Maleficent obviously even when you first see her, but
Right.
Kingdom Hearts just really elevates her in my opinion.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2 and 1 really do numbers with her.
Oh yeah, one especially. I think two she's kind of sidelined a little bit more.
She's sidelined, but she's actually they do some interesting things with the character. She's kind of like she almost comes across as an anti-hero in Kingdom Hearts 2 to some degree.
True, I prefer more just a full-on villain. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah,
Um.
mostly and it has beautiful artwork, of course. Gotta
Yeah.
love. That was like Walt Disney's like last great, artistic movie that
Yeah.
almost bankrupted the company.
I have actually never seen Fantasia all the way through.
Oh, I should have mentioned Fantasia. I have a couple times, but most of the time I just skip to the good parts, like Nine Ball Mountain, Sorcerer's
Also,
Apprentice.
speaking of Kingdom Hearts, my favorite version of Night on Bald Mountain plays in the original and the American version of Kingdom Hearts, the first one, where you fight Chernobog.
Oh yeah, I love Chernobog. I love Nine Ball Mountain sequence in Fantasia. It's
Yeah.
just gonna be us talking about Kingdom Hearts, isn't it?
No, we've actually been talking about the movies too.
That's true. That's true. Are there any other segments of Fantasia you've seen?
I've seen a tad of the Mickey one.
Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that probably my third favorite. My second favorite one is the one with the dinosaurs.
Huh.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I love not my second favorite. I love the dinosaur one.
Right.
Let's
All right.
see.
What other movies
Great
did I
Mouse
watch?
Detective. I love Great Mouse Detective.
Never seen that one.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. It came around like before the Disney. It's like one of the good ones of before the Disney Renaissance, so it came out in the 80s. But the first
Yeah.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just a second. Oh, lost my voice. But yeah, but like the first 10 minutes are like horrifying because it had this like a very scary scene at the beginning. So like, cover your eyes if you ever watch that. It's on Netflix, but the
Yeah.
rest is great. It has a great villain, Radigan. He's like awesome. He's played by Vincent Price.
Yeah. Actually, I'll take that back. My number one most watched Disney movie would probably be the Tigger movie.
Oh, I actually know we were counting Pooh films. I forgot about that one. That'd probably be that'd be mid tier for me.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh always hold a place near and dear to my heart
Well,
because
obviously.
that's what I grew up with.
Oh, so did I. I watched them. I had a bunch of those spin-off films and the
Yeah,
cartoon.
yeah, I love that stuff.
I used to watch Search for Christopher Robin more than the first original.
I did. I love the Search for Christopher Robin. If I can get that on DVD sometime, I'm gonna try to get it.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. The scene where they're in that crystal glacier and Pooh's just walking toward them is the most scariest thing I had ever seen on film up to that point.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh yes. I forgot about that. I actually saw a few Pooh movies in theaters. Surprisingly,
I saw Tigger movie in theaters.
I think I might have too. I remember seeing the Piglet one
Yes.
and the one with the Heffalump, little baby Heffalump.
Yeah, the Piglet movie's really good too. That's another really heartfelt movie, like the Tigger movie.
Let's see. Um, hmm. Some Disney movie that I actually really started appreciating more as an adult, but I didn't like as a kid. Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes,
That's
that's a
something
real.
that I really like more as an adult now, and I really love it because got the best. I think it had probably now my favorite Disney villain song or just Disney song of all time, Hellfire. That I just love that one. Hellfire.
Yeah,
Da, da, da,
yeah.
da,
That's a. I think
da,
that's a movie
da,
you really
da,
have to
da.
appreciate as an adult because in the as a kid you really can't appreciate some of the complexities that go on in that movie.
Mm. I never understood it as a kid. That's why I liked Aladdin more. It felt like that was the kind of movie felt more like for me.
Yeah.
Some of them, I feel I feel like this could be its own discussion. I feel like well, we all changed as an adult. Like certain movies I couldn't stand as a kid, and not because I didn't like them. Well, I didn't like them, or they were scary. They were scary, or I
Right.
didn't like them. But then now as an adult, because I've gotten over most of my fears, except for perhaps the first
Right.
10 minutes of Great Mouse Detective. Still can't get over that. No, trust me, you gotta watch that first 10 minutes. It's horrifying. Um, and I'm not watching it with you. If that's what you think. Um, but as an adult, I've really liked them now. Just grown to really appreciate them. Two of them, I think. Although I think one one over the other. Snow White and Beauty and the Beast. They're those are two I like more as an adult now than as a kid.
Yeah. I
Beauty and
really,
the Beast especially.
Beauty and the Beast scared me as a kid.
Of course, the Beast is horrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as an adult, I can watch that movie. I have that movie, and I can watch it and any day and night.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the only part of Beauty and the Beast I liked as a kid would be our guest, probably.
Yes. Oh, another thing, another really great scene that I appreciate as an adult, and I'd feel remiss if I didn't mention it, is the tale as old as time, song as old as rhyme scene where they're in the ballroom.
Oh, of course, you gotta love that. I like the beginning of Beauty and the Beast. You know that da 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 da
Yeah.
da da.
Yeah.
That part. That song. Did you ever watch the Disney sing along songs VHS?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yes, that was my childhood. That's why I know so many Disney things. Um, there are also Disney films like because I've gotten I know historically more Disney stuff now than I did as a kid.
Uh
That
huh.
I've like okay, we're probably just no longer going in order, but
No, we're not. But
I've developed a guilty pleasure for the Black Cauldron.
I've never seen that.
It's not a well, say it's a bad Disney film. I think saying that is probably the best way to put it, because
Right.
I feel like saying it's a bad film. Well,
Cut it short.
well, it kind of is a bad film, kind of if you think about it. Well, Lo would say if Lo were here, she'd probably say it's a bad film.
Yeah.
But it's not on. You can get it on DVD actually. Mm, Black
Oh,
Cauldron came out around that time where Disney was trying to go dark and edgy, and Disney was dead. Eisner hadn't come to power yet. That sounds awful saying. But it was the dark ages of Disney.
right.
But it has, for me at least, and the character, the main characters are annoying. Or at least they're not as very charming. It's the villain that does it for the film. I think it's the again, Disney villains. They're sometimes the saving grace of any of these films. And there's not a lot of tension either. But for me, I really like it because of the villain. I just think it's unique to see. It's something originally it was going to be the first R-rated Disney film apparently because it was that scary. Although R in the
Right.
'70s, so
Yeah.
But it was a film that I found that when I watched for the most part. You can find it online.
Huh.
Not in good quality, because copyright. But if you
Right.
watch it, it would be at least a unique experience. But yeah, that's a film I kind of like, or at least I like the potential, the potential of it more.
Yeah. Another Disney film that I really like that I've grown to like more as I've gotten older is Tarzan.
Um, I've never liked Tarzan as a kid or as an adult, but not because I don't think it's bad. I mean, I've never thought a Disney film is bad. There's not a Disney film I hate.
Right.
I don't think
Tar-
but it's just not something I enjoy. I do did watch Tarzan a little bit as a kid.
Yeah. One of the things I love about that film was the soundtrack. Phil Collins makes a killer soundtrack.
Oh, of course he does. Of course, I know the song truck. Who?
Yeah,
Yeah. Da, 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 da.
yeah. Uh,
Now, I know a good one we could talk. Oh, did you have more to say about Tarzan?
no, I think I've said my piece. The soundtrack for that is the greatest thing ever. But anyways, you were
One
saying?
film that I have never really gotten around to liking or appreciating, even as an adult or as a kid, because A, it's never on. B, I just can't find it anywhere. Well, sometimes it's on. Is Atlantis: The Lost Empire?
I never saw that movie, but I was never. I kind of wanted to see it, but I was never. It was never an extreme interest. Something about it it was a little too out there for my taste.
I've seen the Nostalgia Critic review. He said the first two acts are really good. It's by the third act that's where it starts to get a little wonky. And again, it got a poor villain too. I've seen a bits of it. The animation's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was like that post Disney Renaissance kind of thing where Disney was kind of going downhill again, and they haven't just rediscovered themselves. That sort of thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, but yeah, that's a film I've never had interest in. I don't think it's that bad. It's never had interest in. Treasure Planet too. Those two kind of mixed together.
I tried watching Treasure Planet on Netflix, and I got halfway through it, and I had to stop.
Oh wow.
I mean, it wasn't a terrible film, but it wasn't great either. I know a
Yeah.
lot of people are gonna flame me to heck for saying that, but
No, I
I,
think a lot of people would agree with you.
I just don't think it's an interesting. It has some interesting ideas, and it has its own unique universe. But other than that, and beyond the concept, there's not much more to it than that.
Right. Another film that's sort of like that too is Pocahontas.
Yes.
That's never got into it, and I don't even like. I'm the kind of person who doesn't really care if it's not historically inaccurate because, I like the
Yeah.
Anastasia movie. Did you ever watch that?
I've never seen it, but I hear people who rave about it.
I like the Anastasia movie. That was growing up as a kid. I used to think it was a Disney movie because it is pretty much Don Bluth's ripoff of a Disney film, except was bad. It was no historical context.
Right.
But yeah, Pocahontas never got into that one either.
I never got into it either.
Let me think. What were certain scenes you couldn't watch as a kid, but you can watch now as an adult because either they scared you or you just didn't get it?
For me, the Beauty and the Beast scene where she walks into the Beast room and finds the rose.
Yeah, for me, Aladdin in the Cave of Wonders for some reason. The ending of Snow White, the ending of Aladdin. I liked Aladdin a lot, but those endings scared me for some reason. Let me think what else. Most of Hunchback of Notre Dame I never liked for until I was an adult.
Yeah.
Let me think. Oh, Pinocchio. Well, Pinocchio still kind of scares me as a kid.
Yeah, Pinocchio kind of scares me. Pinocchio's a good movie, but it kind of scares me.
Yeah, I can't watch it. I can watch parts of it, but it still kind of freaks me out.
Yeah.
Let me think. Let me just think of stuff that came. Did you ever watch those 40s Disney films, like the Three Caballeros?
Mm-mm.
No,
Nope.
I used to have that on VHS too. Let me think. Let me think. Let me go through the Disney film roster so I can. Most of Lion King surprisingly I could watch, except for I think the ending. Let's see. Oh, how did you ever feel about Cinderella?
Interesting you talk about that. I was very indifferent to it as a child,
Same
and
here.
then when I got older, I found an appreciation for it. But it wasn't until I watched the live action movie with Kate Blanchett that I really liked it.
I feel the same way. I feel like I enjoyed it more after hearing the nostalgia critic Doug Walkers and his brother Robin talk about it when they were reviewing the live action version because they actually thought that one was better.
I agree.
The animated version, not the live action.
I would agree with that.
They were saying how that Cinderella is actually more strong-willed character than the animated one.
Yeah, and they also do a lot more with the prince in the live action than they do in the animated.
Oh, all the princes until up to Beauty and the Beast, probably,
Yeah,
technically, or even Aladdin. Although they're not really princes until the end. That's when
yeah,
they start become characters. The
yeah.
females have more. No, actually, no. Snow White was like the blandest of the bland. That movie, Snow White. The only real character in that film are the dwarves and the evil queen.
Yeah,
Sleeping Beauty has that problem where the side characters are more the stars.
yeah.
We actually were speaking of princesses and princes. We never talked about Little Mermaid, which we just did a review on.
Yeah, we just did a review
If
on
you,
that for any of you who have watched that.
yeah, where would you rank that? I would probably rank that upper middle tier.
Probably middle tier.
Yeah, too.
And that is my phone.
Yeah, that definitely one. That's one I would watch a lot. I could watch from beginning to end with no problems. I feel like the Disney Renaissance films all just mesh because that's when I grew up.
Right.
We all grew up then. I
Yes.
think most of us who are listening. I guess we could talk about. Let's see how long we've been going. 25 minutes. Okay, that's good. Longer than I was hoping. Let's talk about some of the modern stuff. Like, I mean, to be fair, I guess I don't want to say I've dropped off Disney because it's like, I mean, I technically still am watching Disney movie films because Marvel
Yeah,
and Star Wars. Yeah, but
that's true.
I haven't seen a Disney film in theaters for a while, though I'm tempted to see Zootopia.
The
Um,
last Disney film that I saw and really liked was Big Hero 6.
I haven't seen Big Hero
It's
6.
really good.
Let's see. I actually okay. I have a confession. I kind of like Princess and the Frog. I think I like it because it's the last 2D animated film we've ever seen in a long time.
I would kind of like to see Disney go back to its roots and try doing some more of those.
Yeah, and I like the music too. Or at least I like I got friends on the other side. Um, that one too. I like Tangled surprisingly. When I see it on TV, I like that film.
You know, a lot of people are going to kill me when I say this. I have never seen Tangled. I've seen Frozen, but I haven't seen Tangled.
Yeah, there's like there's a Tangled Frozen war apparently. I should know. I have
Yeah.
friends who are on those grounds. I think I've seen both actually. I don't know. I don't know which one. They're both kind of the same to me, to be quite honest with you.
The
Um,
problem with I never found a love for Frozen. I don't know what it was about Frozen. I couldn't let it go.
you can't. I actually did it. There was a brief moment where I was obsessed with Frozen, just in terms of the song "Let It Go." I really did
Yeah.
like it. Um, I had Frozen fever for a little bit. Not long, folks. Not long. I know some people who don't like Frozen just because of the hype. To be quite fair,
Yeah,
I
and
can
that
understandable.
but as a that was kind of my thing too. But even when I saw it, I'm like, this is just a fairly standard movie. There isn't a lot. There isn't more to it than what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's maybe something we can't see. I don't know. Maybe we're just us.
Maybe we're just blind people. So
Or am I
if we have
blind?
offended you, then please let us know in the comments what you and tell us your own list. Tell us
Yeah.
what some of your films that you love to
Ooh.
see. Some of your Disney films that you loved.
But actually, I got a few more. I guess I got a few more. I love the
Yeah.
Emperor's. I still love the Emperor's New Groove. I don't know why people are down on that one.
Huh.
I like
I've
that.
I've only seen bits and pieces of it because I had a friend who loved that movie.
Oh, but yeah, I love that one too. What do you make of Jungle Book? That's gonna be live action.
Ooh, we're gonna have to do a review on that eventually.
I don't know if I'm gonna see it though, and I don't want to see it to be quite.
I'll see it for you, and if it's good, I'll let you know.
If it's tolerable, how about you let me know?
Yes.
I don't expect good from live action Disney films. I mean, Maleficent. Hello, and I had hopes for that movie too.
Well, Cinderella too.
I didn't have hope. I don't know why some people. I actually know some people who really like Cinderella for some reason. The live
The live
action.
action.
I don't know why.
I like
I
it.
never had hopes for Cinderella. That just looked like a carbon copy.
It did.
Maleficent, I felt had more. I felt that movie had more potential.
Yeah.
Like Deadpoolzilla. If you're watching this, I agree with you. I want to see a Ben Kingsley Jafar film.
Ooh, that would be fantastic.
Once Upon a Time actually did a version of Jafar in their Once Upon a Time spin-off involving Wonderland.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Technically.
speaking of which, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, that's a lower tier film for me, but
Yeah,
that's
I don't know if I've ever fully seen it.
I have fully seen it. I like it. It's fun. It's just I've always found it bizarre. Like, which I probably
Yeah,
should because it's Alice in Wonderland.
yeah.
Oh, I was looking at the Peter Pan. Um, what did
That
you
would be
load?
low tier.
I had it was up tier for a while because I got the actual DVD
Hmm.
when I was younger. Not younger, like teens. Like I was still collecting things. I liked it for a little while. Not even much anymore. Speaking of, again, I'm looking at the roster here because I'm trying to remember. One I liked growing up as a kid was Ichabod and Mr. Toad. I especially like Mr. Toad part more.
Huh.
What about you? Did you ever watch that one?
I've never seen that.
Oh, you should. It's on Netflix.
Is it on Netflix? I need to look through
Yeah,
some of the Disney stuff on Netflix.
yeah. Oh, here's one that's technically still that I consider part of the Disney canon. Mulan.
Ooh, yes. I've watched that film a lot more nowadays. That would be mid tier for me.
Mid tier in my younger years, not as much anymore. I don't hate it or anything. It's just like there was another thing that never got to me. It was like always it was always Aladdin.
Yeah. The Mulan's good. It's not great, but I enjoy it.
Oh, agreed. And a lot of the Disney, I think we've gone through most of the Disney films. A lot of them are like the really already low tier ones because Disney was just kind of trying to get through, and the King Arthur one that was weird,
Yeah,
which is pretty much an education movie.
yeah,
I actually watched that when I was like trying to watch Disney films online because I knew I could.
yeah.
And
Here's a
then
question I
yeah,
think to cap this off. Do you think Disney will find their stride again?
I think they're finding their stride.
I agree.
I don't think they've ever lost it. I mean,
Well,
I
they've
like.
gotten to a they've been in a kind of a in a dry spell in terms of their own content for a little bit.
Let me check. Zootopia is actually Walt Disney Productions,
Right, right. But
and
I mean,
so is
what I mean is like you don't see a lot of their stuff coming out anymore, except when they're sponsoring stuff.
oh, that's true. Well, they aren't they doing like a Hawaiian thing coming up with the Hawaiian princess?
I don't know.
Have you Speaking of princesses from other countries, have you ever seen Brave?
I thought about seeing that movie, but after a review by Jeremy Johns, I opted not to.
I saw it on TV. It's okay. I haven't. It's not special, but it's okay.
Right.
Um, I mean, I think Disney they're not mass producing anymore like they used to, like a Disney movie
Yeah.
a year. But I think the movies that have come out are fine. I mean, I like Tangled actually quite a bit. I think I don't know. Maybe I should chose Tangled over Frozen. Now that I think about it, I mean I've only seen Frozen once.
I've only seen,
I've only tried to. I've kind of actually avoided Frozen because of the hype. Like not because I feel like I just shouldn't watch it. I don't know why. I mean it's coming on TV now more
maybe
and
it's a feeling that you want to talk about different stuff instead of the thing that has been talked about.
that's true. I get the same way about Star Wars Force Awakens sometimes, even though I probably
Yeah.
won't see it again in theaters. Um,
Also,
I like Tangled a lot. Frozen I think is fine. I think it's
yeah,
good. Zootopia I haven't seen. I hear good things about it.
I do too. I hear a lot of good things
I
about it,
didn't
actually.
see Big Hero 6.
You did see Big Hero
No, I
6?
didn't. I didn't. I had no interest.
That's the last great Disney film I've seen.
I've always heard different. I heard a review from Doug Walker that kind of turned me off to it. I might have to see it now. Um, I would just like to see Disney go back to the fairy tale aspect. To be quite
I would
honest.
too. I'd like to see them getting into that territory again because I think that's where they excel the most.
Agree. Like maybe that's why Tangled and Frozen are so big because it's like it's
Yeah,
the
it's kind of a
fairy.
return back to that style.
Well, it's the concept.
Yeah,
Form wise, it's very modern-ish.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not saying what they're doing now is like, well, it is modern. I mean, it's not the bad kind of modern where people are going, yo, yo, what up? in the
Yeah.
house, I'm playing with my Pokemon, and I got my Wii, got my Apple
I
iPod, where already you're dating your film, kind of a thing. Oh, I lost you.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, good. But yeah, like I want to see
Doing a podcast.
more of a timeless kind of Disney. Like that's the great
Okay.
thing about Disney films. They're timeless. I feel like I could show my my great grandkids who are like half robots in the future. Well, unless they have like no emotional chips, they would enjoy it.
Right.
I mean, obviously, some of the old Disney stuff got a little dated, with like Snow White, just the way
Yeah.
we treat women. Like, but even then, I feel like if you see it as a kid, you're not going to notice.
Yeah.
I mean, Disney Renaissance films, I feel, are even more timeless.
Yes.
They probably will have their problems in the future when the social norms do change, which they have. But I
Is
don't.
Norm of the North Disney?
Norm of the North? I don't know. Is that the one with the polar bear?
Yes.
No, that's like that's one of the cheap. That's one of the cheapo. That's one of the cheapo animated films. That's Lionsgate and Assemblage Entertainment and Splash Entertainment.
Okay. So, is there anything else we need to talk about?
Let me think. Well, we didn't talk about the sequels. Do we like any of the Disney sequels or sequels?
Not many.
I count Return to Jafar as one of the ones I like, and Welcome to the Aladdin the 40 Thieves. Any Aladdin thing I kind of like, but that's me.
Simba's Pride I like.
I think yeah, I agree. I think Simba's Pride's one of the better ones.
Yeah, Simba's Pride is actually one of the better ones. I agree with that.
I actually saw Return to Neverland. I think for the most part, it's fine.
Right.
I mean, considering I liked Peter Pan anyway. I mean, I never did I kind of like Peter Pan. Like some recent things have come up where I can't see the same character in the same light again.
Yeah.
But yeah. But apart from that, let me think. I used to kind of like The Little Mermaid 2 as a kid, but young and stupid. Let me see. No.